Okay, so I was just trying to figure out how to deal with the static that my mic is producing. Apparently it's because, or it's very likely because my desktop is goes pretty hard. Um, well, I've got the 5 games of Perpetuum going. Just gonna go to this really quickly. So yeah, so I'm kind of producing a lot of noise with my desktop. Just again, the fan goes pretty hard whilst playing 5 games of Perpetuum at once. So unfortunately, that's likely to be the reason for the static. And unless I completely change my setup around right now, which I'm not going to do at this point in time, it's just kind of going to be like that. So apologies for the static, but that's just how it is for the moment. So if you just watched the last video, which isn't even up yet, hasn't even been thought about being put up yet, but I assume I will put it up, where it was 20 minutes of nothing and then 5 minutes of me doing something and then me dying. um, I went onto the market and refit my stuff because I wanted to keep playing, so unfortunately I had to buy kind of expensive things, and okay, I'm just going to check my volume one more time really quickly. Okay, it seems like the volume is good and you can't hear the music at all, which is fine. You guys don't need to hear the music in the background. That's mostly for me anyways. Okay. Yeah, so I I got another Lithus and another Metis, and I refit them. The only thing I didn't really get was I bought those stupidly overexpensive remote sensor amps off the market, and I just fit this with a remote armor repair for the leech and a T1 lock booster. Um, Stupidly, I have had lock boosters in my factory ready to go for probably multiple months now, and I just never clicked make. So, yeah. So those were sitting and not making. And yeah, I have to use a T1 now. Although tomorrow, or within the next 2 hours, I think, when I return to base, one of them should be close to making. So we'll see how that goes. Yep, just doing some taps. Unfortunately, you guys never got to see the loot last time. I'll show the loot before. I did one tap already, just as I was kind of setting up and checking things. So I'll show the loot from one tap, so you guys can see that. It's pretty good. I actually am curious myself, because it's been a little while since I've done this. I forget exactly how much I get. I know this is what you want to do for factional kernels. Like, this is by far the best way to get factionals. It just really doesn't compare. So this was from one tap, 12k factional kernels. They take 5 minutes to do. So, you know, just the factional per hour is ridiculous. I actually thought it was higher than that, but, you know, obviously still super good. Because, yeah, like 5 minutes, you can do pretty easily 10 of these an hour. I like to do 8 and then take a break and do 8 and take a break. I think I started doing that just because of cargo limitations, because you get so much freaking loot from these. But yeah. Hopefully this guy dies. He's not going to die. Do one more wave and then I'll reload. Yeah, you're getting like, what was that, like 100k per hour? You know, finish your tree in no time kind of thing. Die. Might need to kill one of those. I'll reload here. Yeah, key for speed on these, obviously damage, output, and then how fast you lock is really a big contributing factor as well. Because one of the biggest things is just avoiding them even targeting you. Like these alchemists, if you can kill them, oh shit, that was a misfire. If you can kill them before they even lock you up, then you really limit your chances of getting ECM'd, which is pretty huge. It's a big part of doing these. You want to avoid getting ECM'd at all costs. Because these tier 5 mechs, they generally pack a lot of ECM and bullshit like that, so that's a big part of increasing speed. Oh, that's that already. Yeah, so come over here and loot while that guy's going down. Really hope I don't run into any more hiccups, because losing 2 Medices in one play session would really suck. It's nothing I can't take, but it would still, it's just so annoying. To have to go and replace everything, and I don't have an infinite amount of universal tokens. I think I got enough for like 8 or 9 more Medices, but like I don't really want to spend all my universal tokens just on replacing Medices. It's not exactly an ideal use of resources. Okay, this is going to be a really awkward spot right here. I'm going to take out this plant just so there's a better line of sight for the tap. But yeah, this is going to be a bit of an awkward one. Get on Peach here. Get on Peach here. And get on Grapes and Peach. And hopefully this won't be an issue with the way where that teleport is. It might be, but hopefully it's not. Can always be hopeful. We'll see if they scatter. It should be okay. Yeah, it's okay. There might be 1 or 2 waves that fuck up, but oh, it should be okay. Actually, just gonna do 1 more surge. Oh, wrong guy. That's okay. It'll be fine. Kind of want to do 1 more surge of armor repair there, but I kind of misclicked that. There we go. Yeah, I'm still getting that juicy EP, so I mean, even with the loss, it still wasn't a loss because I got 1 tap worth of EP, so you know, totally worth it. I didn't even target all of them. Hopefully this one dies. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Probably a little bit of an overkill on that one, but hey, what can you do? That should be that, right? Yeah, there we go. Should be the last wave, right? No. Really want to try and manage your ammo on these like all light bot waves. I'm not going to reload here because I'm almost positive this is the last wave. Yeah, and I should be able to take them out without having to reload. Probably should have just reloaded in the grand scheme of things, but hey, I'm lazy. I can think through all of that, no problem, but actually doing it, don't even talk to me. And now I'm getting punished. Not that bad. See, look at that. Now I'm all reloaded, except for that one gun that didn't reload. So, not even reloaded. That's a bad spot there, where this teleport went, because there are observers that go through there, but YOLO. You know, YOLO. Yep. Probably gonna get murked here, but you know, I've already lost everything, so what's losing everything twice? I'm actually gonna go over here. Oh, there's no good spots here. Okay, maybe this is the better spot. Yeah, that should be okay. Just trying to get line of sight with the bots that are gonna spawn so they don't scatter and run around everywhere, because it's bad if they do that. I could definitely be doing this a little faster. If I were to like click and like when I'm back here, if I were to just like click and hit T and just walk and then kind of do my next guy as the guys are walking automatically, like that would be a little bit faster, but God, it just requires way too much brain power. I can't handle that. Okay. Oh God, it would be so nice not to die here. Okay, please no observers right next to me. That's good. And my locks aren't up yet. Yes, they are. Why did that take so long to lock? Am I going crazy? I might be going crazy. Yeah, it should be okay. Yeah, no, lock times are good. I'm just going crazy. That's reasonable. That's not gonna kill. That should kill. Please kill all of them, because I didn't even bother locking them. Thank you. Look at that confidence. Please kill the Marauder. Please kill the Marauder. Thank you. Just thinking, I probably should have brought more taps with me. I feel like 8 wasn't enough. Maybe I'm supposed to bring 12 for the hour-long trip here. Do I reload? No, I'll do one more wave and then reload. Not a big deal, but just really don't want to have to reload twice. Again, just a laziness thing. Plus also things can you can kind of get into a wave when you reload. And then not be able to kill as fast. I don't actually think that that's a thing, but it might be. And I don't want to have to deal with it. So, yeah. Well, so smooth sailing so far. Much better than the last round, where I just died immediately after fucking around for forever. Oh, I didn't even mean to attack there. That's okay. Let's kill these barbarians, and that should take out the wave. There we go. Okay. Shouldn't even need to target the filches here. Should be 1 or 2 waves left. 1 wave left. I guess it's kind of 0 waves left, but just trying to save face and seem like I knew what I was talking about. Somebody got ECM'd. How could you? Let's hit him with armor repair. I'm trying to loot. Can you just let me kill you? So rude. Sure, let's hit him with that really quick. Where did we go? Oh, back over there. It's a nice spot. Observers usually don't come around those outside teleports, so it's kind of nice to be over by them. It's a bit safer. Obviously, you have other people to worry about, but as long as you're on a dead island, nobody's really going to be roaming around. Usually. I mean, obviously, you always could come across someone just doing a roam, but people typically aren't going to do crazy amounts of roaming on islands that are low activity, just because, like, well, why would you? If you're looking for fights, why would you go to a low activity island? The answer is you typically wouldn't. Looks like I'm all locked up. Let's get this baby rolling. How much loot do I have already? Okay, so that was after 4 taps, 232 U of loot. So yeah, I could do 12 taps. It'd be cutting it really close, but that would be 3 times this amount, which is 690. So yeah, so 12 taps would kind of be where I'd want to be. But yeah, it's good to know. 12 taps is the ideal there. And about 10k per tap, so that's good to know for research purposes. Because I'm getting really close to the point where I'm almost done doing these. Like my research tree is damn near close to being done. Obviously, corp research is something that I gotta look forward to in the future, but that's something that I'll do with the corp. I'm not gonna just solo farm all the research for our corp. I haven't been in PHM a super long time. Like, obviously, I'd like to contribute, but I've been in so many corps now that just contributing blindly has backfired on me so much. I wouldn't mind doing it as a group, doing medium taps or even just like static farms, but to just solo farm non-stop and contribute everything I do to a corp that might die eventually is not really where I want to be. Because I've done that 3 times already. I have given a lot of kernels away because, not to toot my own horn, but I'm probably one of the more effective kernel farmers in the game. So, I mean, I've just done it a lot. And it's also like it's not free to do this. Like I put my own stuff at a really big risk to do this, as you guys have seen already, just from how this last farm went. So to just kind of do this and give everything away for free, it's not super worth it for me. But yeah, like I said, that being said, if I can help my faction out, just, you know, just by contributing. Oh, fuck. Oh, why do you have to target these guys? Okay. Luckily there was no ECM in this wave, so didn't get screwed by having to retarget my DPS with my Logi. Yeah, like, obviously it would be a huge benefit to me, like, just even as an individual, if I had corp research done, like, not even just for the corp, but just for me, it would be a huge benefit. Obviously it'd be a huge benefit for the corp too, but just even just me and individually, it'd be totally worth it for me to have that. If I'm going to do corp farms, I'd rather do it socially rather than just solo. If I do stuff solo, it's going to be for me. Like, and then if I do stuff in a group, it'll be for the corp. I don't care even if I provide stuff, just as long as I'm not doing it alone and not putting myself at a huge risk, especially doing crap like this, then it's totally fine. But yeah, like, the other part of that is I think it's really important that other people have a sense of ownership over the things that we farm for the corp, because then it's less likely that everybody will quit or anyone would quit if everybody has a sense of ownership with that, as opposed to just one person going and doing everything for everybody. You know, then nobody really gives a shit because they didn't put any work into it, which isn't great. That being said, PHM, like, a lot of their members are pretty hardcore, and at least they were. I think everybody's kind of a little bit burnt out, from what I can tell. But they do have some guys that, like, once they get going, they grind hard, and I wouldn't see it being just me in a corp like this, but. And that being said, I haven't been in a corp yet where it has just been me, but it's been like me and one other person, and those corps die. It's got to be a group effort for corp stuff, because otherwise people get fed up, and you know. The other issue with that is if it's only 1 or 2 people, or even 3 people holding a corp together, when they quit, or when they're done, the corp just goes under. Like, 100% the corp just goes under. So, like, actually I think that's kind of what happened with the other corp is, like, I was getting burnt out and I needed to take a break, and then everything just kind of stopped. So, or like one of the other members basically took a break, and then, you know, it's just done. And yeah, unfortunately, this corp is kind of in that position right now where, granted, I have not been playing much, so I can't really say what's going on because I don't actually know what's going on, but from what I know about PHM and the time I've been here, you know, it seems like a lot of the members, and I think this is kind of is sentiment among the whole game. There's just a little bit of burnout right now. A lot of the people that go crazy aren't going as crazy right now, and like I can definitely attest to that because I know I'm one of those people that goes kind of crazy with the game. So. But this is kind of why I'm doing this right now, is because I think a huge part of it is there's not really a lot of content out there, and I think content is a huge thing for bringing in more people. You know, you see something cool to do, or something fun to do, it really motivates you to try and go do that same thing and, you know, just play the game. Hey, you know, it's kind of nice doing stuff like this on beta where, you know, there's real risk, so I can show like, hey, like, look, I just lost two of the most expensive bots in the game, and it's just like I'm right back out here an hour later. Like, if you just keep playing the game and farming consistently, like even a few hours a week, just farming, you can amass so much shit. Like it's ridiculous how much stuff you can get in this game, just with a few hours a week. The issue is though is that like you need to actually go out and do it, and you need to get to the point where you can do it. Like obviously I didn't start with all this crap. You got to work up to it a little bit. What the fuck was that? Somebody. It sounded like something locked and unlocked me. Hmm. That should all just die. I should probably take containers off of this guy, just so I can check if there's any enemies around. Sometimes it's hard to see on the minimap. Yeah, like, I mean, part of the thing with games like this, and it's always been an issue, is, especially streaming like this, like I'm on Beta Island right now. Anybody that is an enemy could come and look at this and just come and pop me. And it's not like the stuff I have right now is very cheap. It's actually quite the opposite of that. I've got some pretty expensive bots out here. Like these MK2 canes are pretty worth. Like getting the cane CTs is not cheap or common. Yeah, like just streaming anything that's worth doing in this game is kind of okay, I shouldn't say anything that's worth doing, but like the things that are like really profitable, streaming stuff like that is going to be on the PvP islands, right? So it's just an inherent risk there that I don't think many people are willing to take. Cause yeah, I got a lot of shit, but you know, I grinded hard and I played a lot to get that shit, and to just lose it for the sake of producing a little bit of content, isn't super worth it. You know, ideally you just wouldn't lose it and you'd produce that content and it would be great, but that's not really how these kind of games work. Like, if my stream ever took off, and even if I had 10 viewers, like a minimal amount of viewers, it would still be pretty detrimental for me to stream while I'm on beta islands. Like, it'd be a huge cost. But for now, you guys will get the raw, unedited footage of me doing some taps and just talking shit about a lot of stuff. Yeah, like, there's not really any way you could fix that either. Like, you're not gonna let streamers just have free reign over beta islands just for content's sake. Like, that would be ridiculous. I wouldn't, nobody would even want that. Like, the only way you'd really get this kind of stuff is if you have someone like me who just has a crazy amount of wealth in the game because you managed to kind of get on top of it early on. That's really the only way somebody like could stream this kind of content, because I fully realize that not everybody can just lose a bunch of mechs and be able to just go out again and do the exact same thing. Like, even I don't like to do that. I mean, obviously, but it's not ideal. Ooh, what is going on? Wrong button. Yeah, and it's not like the stuff I have right now is even that expensive. Oh, that's not good. Okay. No, it's time to go. Where can I go? I need to run. I need to run. Hopefully this is good enough. These observers will kill me. I am not fit for fighting observers at all, in the slightest. Yeah, I need to run from them. It's that simple. Yeah, so everybody tuck in here. Okay, it looks like I'm in the clear. So I'll kill this one more, and then I'll go set up again. Just need to be within 100 of these boxes here. I'm not gonna worry about these guys, just because don't really have the time to do that. But obviously I need him to lock up. Let's go here. Okay, then I'll kill these two guys. Probably reload. Yeah, so that right there was a pretty scary moment because I could have died. But, you know, it's part of the fun of doing this. Constant threat of death. I've always been a proponent of things dying in this game because otherwise you get just way too much stuff. Like, if all you ever do is farm resources, and never risk anything, it's pretty bad for the economy of the game. Because, like myself, I've got like 30 of every bot right now, pretty much. except for a few of them, like, oh, come on. Oh, come on. How do you survive by that much? Jesus. Okay, that's okay. Like, the only things I don't have, like, 30 of are... Well, MK2 bots, I don't have 30 of each of them. Not yet, at least. Actually, that's not true. It'd be pretty hard to get 30 of every MK2 bot, and also a complete waste of resources. Because the CTs aren't really that bad, but the Cortexes are definitely limited as far as their availability. Unless you just like artifact for 10 hours a day, which, I mean, artifacting is kind of fun, but it's also kind of boring too. It certainly can be. Oh, why are you not repairing? That's an issue. There we go. Now you're repairing. Huh. Must have been like line of sight blocked a little bit. That's strange, but it's okay. God, I'm just going on tangents here, non-stop. It's kind of what you have to do when you're talking to yourself, though. You just have to talk about random shit constantly. So this is how you do taps. You just run away whenever you see red, and hope, and just really pucker your butt hard. Think I'm on my last one? Yeah, we made it. Potentially. I mean, we're not out of the clear yet. Still gotta get out of here with all the loots. Get out with the loots. But no, looks like that was, looks like there's a high chance we'll have a successful run right now. I'll say that. As long as I don't do anything overly stupid. That's one of the nicest things about having a big group, is less chance of anybody screwing with you. As much as I love doing my own thing, it is certainly nice having a blob where nobody can really do anything. No, that went pretty well. And this guy's being a pain in the butt again. These freaking marauders just don't want to cooperate. Come on. Alright, there you go. Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm getting to that point where I'm almost ready to start just donating kernels to a corporation. If, I mean, there's pretty much no way PHM is going anywhere. Like, they've got members who are heavily dedicated to this game. Heavily dedicated, and also dedicated to PHM. So there's just not going to be any issues there. I'm just having a little bit of reserved feelings about donating, especially with my past 3 factions all going under, and they were all pretty strong. Like, had multiple databases, like several databases, and producing heavily out of those bases, and constantly doing saps, and it all just kind of, you know, like I said, when it's only 2 or 3 people kind of taking care of everything, if one of those people leaves, it can cause a pretty big chain collapse in the entire corp. And that's one of the nice things about PHM is a lot of their members are just diehard PHM guys. Like, they won't leave no matter what, which is really good. Whereas, you get those other corps where it's just kind of like a bunch of random people that kind of share the same goals, and maybe not even necessarily share the same goals. That you have those big fallouts where everybody just kind of contributes a lot of stuff to something that's not really going to take off. Yeah, you definitely need like a critical mass of people that are willing to kind of give it all for a corp to be successful. And yeah, like I said, PHM has had that from the start. I'm actually even surprised that I'm here, considering I had some pretty negative clout with PHM from the start of this server. I don't want to get into that though. Basically, somebody was doing something they shouldn't have, and I reported them, and it made a big stink about things. But in my defense, at that point in time, a lot of people viewed PHM as like the big cheese and the people to be kind of out to get, because they were the biggest corp at that time, and they were really well organized, and people just wanted to see them fail, and I was part of those people that wanted to see them fail. Everybody wants to hate on the people that are on top. Okay, I'm curious to see what I got for loot. I'm sure you guys are too. I could go over my setup. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about my thoughts, and then head back to base, and I'll show my setup really quickly, and then that'll be it for the video. I mean, if you're paying attention, you can basically see what I have already, but I'll just go in a bit more detail about what I'm using, and why maybe. Okay, so loot, 441U. So again, I could easily fit another 4 taps in here. A couple T4 mods. You get a fair bit of T4 mods from these, and pretty much what I was expecting. You get about 10k per, or 12k per tap. So 8 taps, you'd expect around 100k. I'm gonna show. So it looks like this is when I started, so 2214, 2307, so just under an hour. So yeah, you can say around 100k an hour, maybe a bit more. Factional kernels, so pretty good. I don't think there's a better way of getting factional kernels. Like 100k an hour is like, it's like finishing the entire tree in 10 hours. So it's pretty good, if you look at it that way. Yeah, I'd say a million is pretty close to finish. Oh, maybe 1.5 million is kind of what you'd want to finish the whole tree, because you get big ones like 100, 100, 256. Like, I know this is like 250, 250, so there's 500, 750. So yeah, maybe a bit more than that. There's a million right there, so Okay, maybe more like 2 million, but still, it's 20 hours of solo farming to finish an entire tree. That's supposed to take you like infinity amount of time, and you just do it in 20 hours. Like, that's still pretty good. But again, that's only if things go smoothly. Like, as you just saw, like, I just lost. Granted, it was to my internet going out, but like, I did just lose some pretty big items there. So, you know, it's not just like you play for 20 hours and bam, you have the whole tree done. It's quite a bit more than that, but yeah. If everything went perfectly smoothly, that's what it would be. Probably should have put my secret through first, just as a little scout, but I'm pretty sure I can't be targeted because of molecular instability. Pretty sure that's how that works. I guess another thing to look at is EP gain. I've got the booster right now, but you know, 7k for an hour. Okay, so it does show me that I got the 3 times. I got the +2 booster right now, so you know, it's not like great, but it's okay. What is that? 7 days worth of EP in an hour. So you know, if you did that a few times a week, you'd be getting up there pretty good. I don't know, I'm still zoomed in there. So yeah, I mean, I just wanted to... The point of this video was mostly just to like kind of put some content out there, because there's just very little content on this game, and you know, it's I mean, I play it a little bit. Actually, this isn't even my account that I play on very much. Let's see. You know, just 50 days of playtime. What is that? 1,400 hours? And I'm not even close to some of the most hardcore people. Like, if you look at beast mode, 144 days, like triple me. Yeah. That's... I don't know if he's just on, like, leaves it on all the time, but that's still pretty insane. Like what is that? Like 4K hours. So yeah, I mean, like, the people that play this game, they typically like it quite a bit. You know, it's like there's there's very few casual Eve players. You're kind of either hardcore dedicated or you just don't play it. That being said, like, there is some casual stuff you can do in this game. I would like to make some videos on that, just like things you can do for half an hour or an hour, just like jump in with little setup and just kind of go. That's one of the biggest things is like, well, you saw in my last video, it's like whenever you go to do something, it's like half an hour just to get ready to go do it if you're gonna do like a good farm. But there's lots of stuff that you can do safely and not have to worry about setup and just kind of jump in and go. I would like to do that, like, you know, like top 5, top 10 things to do in Perpetuum. Like, doing this, like taps, it's one of my favorite things, like just because I find it, you know, it's a good medium between engaging and also relatively stress-free. Like you still need to be paying attention and you can still die and lose all your shit, but it's not so complex that you like need to be hyper-focused and you can't like do other things or talk or whatever while you're doing it. Um, so I find tabs to be a really good medium. Also, the fact that they're really, really profitable. That's like also a big factor for me personally. Like I hate doing things inefficiently and like stuff that's not really gonna put you forward in the game. But yeah, I'll go over my setup really quick here, and then that will be the video. So, um, yeah, I've got like pretty much all the best stuff I think you can have. So, I've done a video before with like super budget gear and doing this, so this is kind of like the high end. Like you can see, like all this stuff is 10s. I certainly didn't start at this, and I was doing T3 taps like a long time ago, so you certainly don't need this, but this is the setup I like to use, and I mean, I challenge you to find something that does this faster. The only thing that would probably be better is maybe using Magneto or just the regular ammo, but that being said, the way the T5 taps work, or sorry, the tier 3, the level 5 enemies work, they're pretty much all fitted for their resistances, so I find the camo active to be better in that regard because a lot of the times they end up having like higher resistance against what they're supposed to be weak against than any other thing because they're just like, that's how they got fit. um, so yeah, two of these bots, both MK2s, both fully um, fully level 10 and fully T4'd and all that jazz. Again, super not needed, but just because I like to go fast and try to be as efficient as possible. Just a leech bot, T1, garbage. Literally there just to leech, and the 2 sensor amps to make sure I lock quick because the sensor anomalies make you lock forever. I just lost this in the last video, so this is the new one. Fit the exact same way other than my lock booster, which hopefully is almost done making. Yeah, 72%. So I am making 90 of these because I need them. So, does it say how long until this one's over? 23:59. So that's about 40 minutes away. Either way, I'll have that made pretty relatively quickly here. Yeah, I guess an armor repair instead of a sensor amp. Honestly, armor repair is probably better. I don't know in terms of leeching EP, but I can just check. So my main guy got 7k. And 2.2k, so pretty awful with the armor repair. I don't know if it would have been better otherwise. So this one got pretty much the full EP reward. So yeah, I don't know. I'm honestly still trying to figure out how that works, but it's possible I should have had these on grapes. Yeah, honestly that probably would have been a lot better. What did you get? Did you get 7k? Yeah. So I'm not 100% sure on that, but my 2 guys that were leeching with the armor reps only got 2k, so probably need to make an adjustment there, but regardless. The meta is exact same as last time. You guys could see this when I'm going through. Just hardeners, the sensor amp in case you get ECM'd. makes it so you lock a bit faster before that next wave goes. I could see you throwing on a second sensor amp, but because like the 2 shield guardians is more than enough. It really is. Like I've got 87% damage reduction there, and just crazy regen and everything. So it's possible a second sensor amp would actually be better, but I've just been using this setup for so long, and I haven't really honestly taken a good look at it. It just works. So but yeah, second sensor amp would actually probably be better. Although it's a minor upgrade. Like it's not going to be the end of the world. Critical and assault, or sorry, assault and critical. You pretty much always use these in any farming DPS setup. They're the 2 best ones. They're the only ones that add raw DPS. If you're doing a long farm and you're not super cap stable, then I like to use the recharger nexus. So if I'm doing medium taps where the fight goes a bit longer, sometimes these are needed. And then other than that, a lock boost is your next highest thing that's going to make you go faster, because it just, if you lock faster, you start killing faster, and things die faster. It's really that simple. So I think I pretty much have 10s here, so target locking, assault and critical, all 10s. So again, if you do this fit, it's not going to, like, honestly, these, like, once you start doing this, these are all just pretty minor upgrades. Like, if you got these all to 8, you'd go basically just as fast. Like, it would be such a negligible difference. I just went to 10 because, I don't know, just didn't have anything else to spend the EP on. There's a lot of other stuff I could have spent the EP on that would have been better, but I keep swapping between wanting to have every account be super hyper focused on something, and then I'll just dump a bunch of EP into whatever that particular things they need, and then I'll be like, huh, you know what, I only want to have 5 accounts. I don't want to have 15 accounts that all do one thing. I want to have 5 accounts that do everything. And I'm like, well, fuck, I shouldn't have spent all the EP on a 1% upgrade that I'm barely gonna see. But it is what it is. Like, you always get more EP. I'm gonna get more EP. It's gonna happen, and then I can spread out more later. So I don't regret it, but yeah. So yep. So yeah. Hopefully this was at the very least entertaining. Didn't really mean to talk shit about my own faction. It's just being honest. Like, I haven't been here a long time, and I kind of stopped playing a lot when I joined. So just not really super familiar with a lot of the members here. It just is what it is, and I'm not at the point of rapport with everybody here where I'd be willing to just donate all my stuff. Well, not all my stuff, but you know what I mean. Just start donating. That being said, like, I don't really have an issue giving certain things away, or like some stuff away, but yeah, I mean, I think the majority of the corporations right now, other than maybe others, have like 1 or 2 people keeping it afloat. PHM is actually a bit of an exception to that, because everybody just kind of logs on and is like, hey, there's some PvP now, let's go fight, and that's donated it to us. I don't even know what corp you're in, Azyrus. But, oh, gone. Oh, the Paragon. Okay, you guys are allies with us. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully that changes, because, I'm going to start to play more, and hopefully I'll build some more rapport with my corp mates, and, we can start to talk, and I can have a bit more of a voice, and we can start to talk about maybe getting some more corp research done, because our corp research is at 23%, which is like, honestly, when I joined PHM, I was expecting this to be pretty much at 100%, just because I know they had guys that were just farming like crazy. So I was super surprised to see it this low, and it'd be a big benefit for everybody to kind of get that up. So hopefully in the future, near future, that's something that we can work on. Cause like, um, I need to sort out my sort folder. I've just been dumping stuff in here the last few days. Like, I got quite a bit of crap in there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm, I'm pretty close to being done my own research tree. Like, yeah. Couple more pedestal, go aheads. Like, um, I got 96 level 1s and 37 level 3s, so this right here, like this is, you know, 400, 450k pedestal right there, and then I think these give like 3k each, so there's another 300k between these taps. Yeah, everybody's just too busy to play right now. Luckily, well, maybe not luckily, but I got laid off last week, so I'm going to be out of work for a couple months until the next job pops up, so I got time to know life it. I do have some things I need to do, but I got some time to play. I pipeline, so it's just super common in this field for you to work like 4 months and then be laid off for 4 months and then work another 4 months. It's just how it is. But yeah, like, how much do I need? 100, 200, 300. Yeah, 400,000 and I'll, so what is that, 4 hours of farming? 4 or 5 hours of farming and I'll have this done too, so. Yeah, anyways, like I said, just some content, just pushing it out there. Hopefully that's appreciated, and, you know, I know myself, this is something I would appreciate. I just love watching some content, having it in the background or whatever, and, you know, checking out how other people play the game, seeing what they do. And this is it. So that's it for this video. I'll probably be doing a couple more of these because I just got this new headset. So yeah, I'm gonna end the YouTube video for now, and I'll stream a little bit more. So thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.